Are you making these common mistakes on SAT reading questions? These errors could be costing you precious points and you might not even realize it. But don't worry, because in this video we're breaking down the 5 biggest mistakes students make on the SAT reading section, and more importantly, how you can fix them and how you can avoid them to maximize your score. So let's get started. Mistake number 1, reading passages too passively. Many students treat SAT passages like a casual reading for enjoyment, kind of a book or something, rather than strategically analyzing the text. The problem is that this leads to wasted time and difficulty finding the right answers. So what can you do? We use active reading strategies. Look for keywords or phrases and predict answers before you even look at the choices. For example, when reading a passage, pay close attention to the author's opinion and tone. This will help you with inference and function questions. Mistake number 2, getting tricked by wrong answer choices. The SAT is designed to mislead you with answer choices that sound correct but aren't. I hear students all the time say, well, this one sounds good. Don't go by what just sounds good. Many students pick answer choices that have familiar words or they're partial truths. One word can make an answer choice incorrect. So don't just go with what sounds right. Look at every word. Always go back to the passage and find concrete evidence before you select your answer. So if the answer asks about the author's attitude, you see a choice with a strong word like outraged or static. Be cautious, because the SAT passages tend to be more moderate in tone. So notice those extreme words, and those are probably not your answers. Mistake number 3 that I see students make is relying too much on memory instead of the passage. So some students try to answer questions based on what they remember from the passage or using their background knowledge rather than looking back in the passage to confirm. This leads to mistakes because the SAT includes subtle word traps. Like I said, one word can make it incorrect. So always refer back to the passage, even if you think you remember the answer from when you skimmed through or read the passage, or even if you think you know the answer based on your background knowledge. So for example, if a question asks you about the function of an underlined sentence in the passage as a whole, that's a common question stem on the SAT. Go back, reread the underlined sentence, and see how it connects to the passage. Your answer will come from the actual underlined sentence. See what they're telling you in just that underlined sentence. Don't try to think, well, I think because I know. No, go back, look at the underlined sentence, find your answer right there. Mistake number 4 students make on the SAT reading is spending too much time on one question. The timing of it is kind of set out for about 1 minute per question, but on some of the grammar questions, you can go a lot faster. Some of the transition word questions, you can go faster. Some of the vocabulary, you can go faster. So when you're doing the reading questions on the reading passage, some might be difficult because they're intentionally difficult. So don't get stuck on one question and let that ruin your pacing. Spending too much time on a long, tough question means that you might rush through easier ones later. So use the skip and return strategy. If a question takes you longer than 45 seconds to a minute, flag it and move on. You can always go back to the questions. So you have a timer running at the top of your SAT test. It's telling you how much time you have left in the test. Flag that answer, choose it, but be like, I'm not really sure. Go back to it later. If you're stuck between 2 answers, go back to that question when finishing the module, because sometimes a fresh perspective helps. So wait until you're at the end, go back, and if you use process of elimination to down to 2 questions, now with your fresh perspective, you can come up with which one of those 2 is the correct answer. Mistake number 5 that I see a lot of students make is that they don't practice under real test conditions. What I mean is many students study in a relaxed environment and they don't time themselves. They listen to music while they're with their earbuds while studying. All right, the problem is that this doesn't prepare you for the SAT strict time limits, quiet atmosphere of the testing environment. You won't be listening to music. You will have no electronics on you during the test, and you have you're timed. So simulate the test conditions. Take full-length practice tests with official timing and minimal distractions. Leave the earbuds out and the music off. Get used to taking a test in a quiet environment. If you normally take 80 minutes to finish the reading section, but you only get, let's say, 65 for the 2 modules on test day, you might be struggling with time pressure. So practicing with a timer helps train your pacing. So let's quickly recap. 5 mistakes that a lot of students make on the SAT reading that you're not going to make is avoid passive reading. Don't fall for tricky answer choices. Always refer back to the passage. Manage your time wisely and practice under real test conditions. Fixing these mistakes can make a huge difference in your SAT score. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit that button, the like button, and subscribe for more SAT tips. I'll be making more and more videos. Let me know down in the comments which mistake you struggle with the most. If there's other things you want me to make videos about, I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.